Hi, I'm Minah. If you are new here, welcome. Please make sure you click on the subscription button to become part of this lovely family. And if you're already a member, hello. You know what to do. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you end up liking it. Yes. As you can see from the title of the video, there is this there's a video trending all over the place, which is called group therapy. Yes, I'm actually not a fan of like such things, but I think people keep doing reaction videos about it on YouTube. People keep tweeting about it, and I was like, why not check it out? So basically today is my I watched a snip of it when was that? 3 days ago, yes, and today I wanted to do like a reaction video today. So aside me not just being a fan of like putting my personal life out there, which anyway my opinion doesn't matter, yours. So it's out there, like their business is out there, so we gotta do a reaction towards it. So let's go watch it and see what is in there.
Oh God, damn.
Myself and my boyfriend have been going through a lot lately. This is the last leg for us. We're really hanging in our relationship. I've seen an opportunity for a social experiment, and I think that it's best we both come here and get some help.
You made me wanna melt.
I've been with my partner for 3 years now. Just like everyone else, we've had our ups and downs, you know, things happen. But coming to therapy with a camera for some social experiment, it's a red flag, to be fair. And now, she knows my perspective on this. I'd prefer we go to a church and we sit down with a pastor in a corner. But, you know, us getting to this extent where we're actually here for a social experiment, it doesn't make sense. I think it's gonna go south, I'm 90% sure, but at the end of the day, I'll just say, look, I told you so.
I was thinking you are the man that then, okay, you said we should go for social therapy, and I am not in support of social therapy. I suggest we go to church, and a church in one corner speaks to the pastor. So why don't people do that first? If it fails, then you head to the social therapy kind of thing. But I just sitting down, watching, lay back for it to crash and tell the lady, I told you so. What kind of man does that?
Go online, I read how important it is about, having premarital therapy, counselling, and I do believe myself and Paul are in dire need of some help. I wouldn't say we've deteriorated to a point of no return, but at the end of the day, we're progressing in our relationship, and I'm not entirely happy.
Okay, so Paul, thank you for joining us. Have you got any idea of what expectations you are looking to get out of this therapy session?
I have no idea. I'm curious to find out.
Okay, let's start.
So of course this isn't my first time on camera. I'm very comfortable in front of a camera. I understand Paul isn't. I didn't bring him here to embarrass him though. This is kind of like shock therapy. It might shock him into kind of seeing that we need help, that we've actually got problems within our relationship.
I'm going to ask Joma to just start us off. What would you like to start off with? I love you. You do know that, right?
That kind of look kills,
And I feel as though we've got different views of life. So to me, Paul is very image. He puts too much emphasis on how people perceive us as a couple, how he's perceived as an individual and how I'm perceived as an individual. Currently in our relationship, we're doing a lot of patching instead of really fixing the issues.
Okay, Paul. Do you feel the same way?
I'm literally blown away. I haven't even heard this before. Do you want to give more context to what you're actually saying? Because I'm a tiny bit...
Okay. Paul, for example, has a lot of friends. He has affluent friends. He feels like he has to fit in, which he might fit in as friendship, but when it comes to finances, he doesn't necessarily fit in. So if we're looking at percentage-wise and when they go out and what they spend, they can afford it. We can't. But Paul will do it anyway. And then he'll spend the next week or two chasing the bag he's blown which now leaves me in a deficit of love. So there's neglect going on in our household.
All right, so we literally just got here, like we haven't been here for 5 minutes. Choma's talking about finance to the bloody Denise, someone that we don't even know. Now,
Hello, Mr. Paul. Choma said you were coming for therapy. So what do you suggest we discuss the therapy? Is the therapist going to ask you what's your name, what have you eaten today? Like, for crying out loud, you said you were coming for therapy. So if you had less idea about it, you should have asked her what the whole therapy thing is about, or probably you have less knowledge. Like the way you earlier on suggested that you people should have gone sit in one corner in church and probably discuss with the pastor. But you don't come to therapy, you say you people just go to literally 5 minutes and then Choma is discussing your financial issues with someone quote unquote people don't know. What do you think people were there to do? Anyways.
Should I say, yes, we can afford it? I'm not saying we can't, because he's the first person to speak about finances and we need to save and we need to do this and we need to do that. But as much as, I purchase nice things, Paul does a lot of the spending. And in the past, we've had situations where he's invested and there's been no returns. So I don't feel like I need to suffer at the expense of his investing and putting himself in positions to get deals when not all the time it works out. And we're together. Do you know what I mean? We're in a relationship. We're not business partners. So I'm suffering for nothing.
Okay. She just said she's suffering for nothing. Okay. So am I nothing?
That's not what I said. It's like your comprehension. This is why we're here, because anytime I bring up at home, he dismisses it.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, Paul is a whole mood together. The person said based on your decisions you make, she's suffering for nothing, then you no, I just don't know. Well, he looks like a perfect gentleman, knows what it's about, but based on his utterances, I'm sorry,
Okay, look.
Out of everything I said, you got that bit. Paul's, he takes what he wants to take, he hears what he wants to hear, and he sees what he wants to see.
I'm not dismissing it right now, right? We're having a conversation. I don't know you from anywhere, but you're here. Let's have the conversation, right? So when we first started dating, she was happy with, the drive, the ambition, me taking, calculated risk here and there and gaining rewards. She's the first person to come and, say, oh, congratulations, babe, let's celebrate together. But then I've actually kept the same energy, and now it seems like she doesn't really have the same energy. So who is the person that's falling off?
Okay, so in other words, I'm a hater.
Well,
because I still celebrate your wins.
No, that's true. But the only thing is, let me give you an example, right? So literally, I have access to a good number of private members clubs. This is through the clients of mine. I train high net worth individuals, celebrities, you name it. Now, with these membership clubs, obviously it's not everyone that's, invited. And I feel like that kind of affects Choma. Whereas before, if we were going to like a normal type of, average, maybe not average Joe, but the usual, then I'll kind of be, oh babe, come along. But when I'm actually, grafting and chasing the bag, as she said, I don't really feel like she needs to be present, and she actually doesn't have an invite anyway, so. From
what I just watched, I just saw Paul and Choma has a break in communication. Paul is just completely not open about stuff with Choma, because Paul feels like that's the best decision for them, but Choma doesn't understand. So why it's a relationship? It's not business partners. We are in a relationship. We are partners in crime. So if anything is going wrong, you should be able to tell me that this is what I invested my money into, or this is what I'm doing. So if something doesn't come, your partner is already aware of, hey, I don't know if I'm making sense. Let's continue anyways.
Our relationship, or to him. Even places like that, he places too much emphasis on how they look at him. So you're out here doing the most, buying so many bottles, paying 10K for tables, and it doesn't make sense. And I'm at home being neglected. When he comes home, he goes back to work. So my point is, you're putting too much emphasis on the way they see you. Why is... Okay, that's not what I'm not upset that I'm unable to come to the events that you go to and to the gambling places, because it's gambling, if you ask me. It's casino, isn't it? So the clubs you guys are going to and the money you're spending, some of it is gambling, all right? Because everything he likes to say is constructive. Clubbing is not constructive. It's not beneficial to...
The type of people that I deal with, they're on another level, to be fair. They're high net worth and they work really hard for themselves. Now, for me to be able to kind of be that act of service for them, you can imagine how hard I have to work. If they're calling you, you need to answer. If they're sending you a message, whether it's a text or WhatsApp, listen, you need to be on point. I'm able to give them...
Man, it's getting it wrong. Your lady says, like, you neglecting her. How does that equate to the kind of people you work with? The kind of places you go that you can't go with it. That's not what she's saying. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
So I'm on my way for this social experiment and I'm quite excited. I'm happy that Jamel is using this initiative and wants us to be part of this. There's a few things that I do want to get off my chest, so it will be nice to speak to Jamel, speak to the therapist, and I'm excited.
Deborah, did you travel far?
I didn't actually. I live in Highbury, Islington, so it was not too bad of a journey, just about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
So my partner's running late, I apologise.
Whose idea to come to the session was it?
It was Jamel's idea, but I'm open to it. I'm excited. You know, I want to see where we can take our relationship, because we are, you know, we've been together a year now. So I don't actually understand how Jamel is late. He's the one that has brought me to this whole thing.
Here he is.
Sorry, I'm late.
Was the traffic bad?
Sorta, yeah.
Well, you're here now, so that's all that matters. Can I just start by asking you what brought you here and how long have you been together?
Do you want to take that?
No, ladies first.
We've actually been together for a year. I met Jamel at one of his fitness events.
What are you hoping to achieve by the end? What's your goal coming to therapy?
I think to actually set some foundations and obviously blossom from this beautiful relationship that we've got. We started great. Relationships do have rocky parts, but it's nothing too big, I guess, to get over.
Just looking into your back record, how would you like him to change?
At the end of the day, I like his drive, and that's kind of why we're together. My point is, there needs to be a balance. I'm happy for you to grind. I'm happy for you to do all the things you do. But again, we're in a relationship. The problem with you is you think we're business partners. We're not. I need love as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got a business, I work, but I still feed you, I still love on you, but I don't get, it's not reciprocated.
Right, so hang on, Paul, do you feel that you're giving as good as you get in the love stakes?
Well, to be fair, I thought I did, but now I'm thinking to myself, like, does she trust, do you trust me?
What, like, for again, what has somebody requesting for, like, time, like the person does not feel love? What has that got to do with trust?
What?
Yes or no?
I do trust you.
Okay. If you trust me and you trust my judgment and you know that between the both of us, we both got ourselves to the position where we are, which is a better position than we were in, why would you not continue to trust the process?
Because you've eradicated the whole love aspect of our relationship. I'm a woman, I'm not wood.
The person is complaining, all words you ask is more clearly. Why doesn't Chioma shut up and then keep trusting the process? How do you, like, keep mute and trust process where you don't even know where you are? Like,
Heart.
Now, this is the problem that I have with women, right? Like, for example, with Chioma and I, when we first started, she knows I'm hardworking. I was doing X, Y, Z, what I had to do, okay? Everything was fine. She was happy, I've got a hardworking guy, okay, hug, kiss, okay, cool. Nowadays, when I'm coming back late, the same person's complaining, asking me where am I coming from? And I'm thinking, what? Fair enough, I don't work overtime and I'm doing other things on a different level, but I'm the same person, so why would you question it?
Can I just ask, what's the last loving thing you did for
Denise?
Yeah, Denise.
Look, we're not going to play the whole turn each other against each other. When's the last time you bought flowers? Look, forget about all of that. Let's get down to what it is now. Just to briefly go over this, right?
aside from on our laptops in the same room, maybe. Don't be rude.
It's a genuine question.
That's uncalled for.
It's a genuine question.
I guess at this point, I just feel like Paul is just being totally disrespectful to Shoma and the therapist. Like, then it's like he's just being totally disrespectful. Like,
from you if they're open-minded.
Babe, she didn't answer the question. What's your success rate? I need percentages. I deal with figures.
I'm afraid I don't work in figures. I work in people, and when people come back, it's because they're seeing results.
So there's more than one.
He's being very rude, and I really don't understand why. She's just doing her job. I'm quite happy with the service we're getting so far, so I don't know why he needs to calm down a little bit, because I'm getting...
So as far as I'm concerned,
then there's a problem. One thing I'm not going to continue to do is be with a man, not saying that I want to leave this relationship, but I can't continue to be in a relationship with someone who makes me feel less than or makes me feel like I'm in the wrong every single time.
do you feel that you make time for Deborah?
Most certainly.
I don't think he does. When we first got together, we were seeing each other up to 3 times a week. Now it's like once every 2 weeks. For me, I don't know if you want to spend time with me or not, but for me, that's like, what is the relationship?
Okay. So, Paul, just give me a little bit of your background. What business are you in?
Yes.
Yeah, answer the question, babe.
So what does my business have to do with the relation? Just asking.
I just wondered, whether that was influencing the way that you deal
provider.
with life. Sorry?
I'm a provider.
What is it that you do? I don't understand. Just
Well, I don't see how this is going to help our relationship in the long term. This is the problem that I have, right? Look, with this Denise lady, I just feel like she's just asking lots of intrusive questions that doesn't really relate to the situation at hand. She's asking me, what do I do? Like, I make money. That's what I do. Like, it's a silly question. What do you want from me? Do you understand? You're here for a certain purpose to help with the relationship. Do that.
I'm sorry on behalf of Paul. Like, I guess for he don't understand the whole concept of the therapy thing. Let's continue.
Is that not childish?
So wait, I'm being childish.
Is that not childish? Do you or do you not match my message?
You're assuming that I do that.
Oh, wait, hold on. Did I not see you on Instagram earlier that day that I messaged you? I double texted you and said, sorry, did you not see my message? Did I not?
Yeah, so that means you're monitoring my Instagram.
No, that's not. What I'm trying to say is, you match my messages. It's very childish. Okay, cool. So why didn't you respond to me for 2 hours?
I'm busy with clients. I'm not on my phone.
No, because you said I have your timetable, and yes,
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
You wasn't with a client at that time.
Yes, I was.
Okay. Like, it's ridiculous, so childish. Like, if Max's man was doing something, he would just admit it's not that serious.
We're not going to do comparisons.
Max's boyfriend, we speak a lot,
still
as
going
you
on.
know. Wait, me and Max speak a lot, isn't it? Like, she told me that when she addresses a situation, he's able to acknowledge it and he just moves on. Do you get what I mean?
I couldn't care less about your friend's boyfriend, this and that, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
whatever.
maybe you should chat to him a bit more.
How about this? Yeah, don't compare me. Like, I've had enough with your conversation with your friends, talking about our sex life, our family life, this. You need to stop now.
What days along, I think I was with Deborah till this point that you saying that you compare your boyfriends to your friend's boyfriend. No, please, sis, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Don't be comparing like others' relationship with yours. Everybody has a different game altogether. Like, have an issue with his boyfriend that she's not telling you. She only tell you like good stuff about her relationship. Like, says don't do that.
Deborah does this thing that I actually hate. Like, she loves comparing me to other people, other guys. Like, no one likes getting compared to other people. Like, why would you do it? We've had this conversation enough times. Honestly, it just needs to stop. It pisses me off so much. Like,
Is this quite an influential person in your life? Do they influence you, this friend?
Yeah, Max is my best friend, so we speak a lot about our relationships. I'm an open person. Like, I'm happy to speak about our sex life. I'm happy to speak about things that we do. Like, I'm happy.
Sis, we done sharing those things. Like, we passed that life in the 80s and 90s. We done comparable.
So, in this checkup, are you both as they say, on the same page?
Of course.
We're on the same page as we've been. We're always on the same page because all Paul cares about is if our finances have grown, if our savings has grown. Aside from that, if we're still arguing, nothing changes. Do you understand? If it's the point that I'm cleaning up the whole damn house, as well as having a 9-to-5 and a business, nothing's changed. He doesn't have an input in personal stuff. It's just about work. So if it's about working, then I understand, yeah, the review works.
So tell me, Paul, before you got involved with Shoma, how did you run your household?
Well, obviously, everything was self-sustainable, self-managed. However, at the end of the day, I think the question that you should be asking Choma is if she is getting into a relationship with a person like myself, I don't want to say bringing to the table, but...
What am I bringing to the table?
No, I'm not saying that you don't bring anything to the table. I'm saying you need to let her know that there's certain things that are expected when she's receiving, you know, a certain frequency.
Okay, so first of all, I contribute to the bills. I'm doing my own, I take care of myself. Of course, he buys me things, but I'm going out to shop for myself. I'm also taking care of the home and him. Yeah, he might do most of the finance, but I'm bringing a lot to your life, and without me, you will be in deficit, you'll be lacking some things, okay? Let's not get confused, I work, okay? Paul does not finance me completely. Does that make sense? Yes, he earns.
I think after my first episode watching, I think the issue with Shoma and Paul is like Paul is just trying to make everything complicated. I just think he just don't buy the whole idea of the therapy thing, and then he's just making it like stressful. Like I just feel he just doesn't understand the whole idea behind therapy. And then like, and one thing too, like his ego is just way too much, like, and I feel like he was just being rude to the therapist and Shoma at more. Like at a point I was just feeling uncomfortable being in the position of like Shoma, like, oh God. And the issue with Deborah and Jamal, like I just feel like Jamal is just being like too relaxed. Like as I said earlier on, Jamal is like the relaxed type, and then Deborah is like the go. Like, so I feel Jamal is just being too relaxed. You just have to up his game like a little bit. When someone says my love language is the act of receiving gifts, you just don't say it because the act of receiving gifts is your love language, meaning the other love languages doesn't matter at all. Like they all comes to play. Like it's not only because I say my love language is the act of receiving gifts, means the quality time, the word of affirmations, the act of service, and the quality time, the physical touch are more important to me. They come, but the one that like they all count, but the one that like I feel much appreciated, or the one that you do that I feel more loved is the act of receiving gifts. So you just don't say the first minute the act of receiving gifts. So if you don't communicate to me properly, you don't spend quality time with me, I shouldn't be complaining. Like it's two complete different things that I think that Jamal needs to understand. Like the moment someone says this is my love language, that don't mean say the other 5 love languages doesn't come to play again. They all count, but I think the one that makes me feel loved more is like this particular one that stands out for me. So if you're here up to this and this all for today's video, like please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you end up liking it, and if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notification bell on so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. And I will see you in my next video.